Hey,
Yeah.
we're unplugged. We're unplugged this week. We're unplugged. So you know what that means, Michelle? You never know what's going to come out of my mouth. You could be in big trouble. All of us could be in big trouble. Okay, so we've given Craig Smith the night off. He's with family, enjoying an extended vacation, and want to thank Michelle. Michelle with Meaton is actually here with us today. And thank you for helping us get the tech side of this thing going. I want to welcome everybody out tonight. Really excited about spending the next, we're going to be here about 25 minutes or so. And thank you for spending this time. I know you've got a lot of places that you could be. Um, I am especially grateful for the associates of Cirrus Networks. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate your efforts. I want you to know how much I appreciate your faith in us. This is a very hardworking team, and we've got so many good things on the go. And I'm going to go through a couple of those things tonight. Super excited to have our great group from Australia. Greetings, special greetings to you. We've got some great things going on down there. Just spent a couple of hours with those teams, and I think we're setting up for some major growth out of Australia. Also, a special welcome to our groups out of the Philippines that are joining, and pretty excited to see everything that's going on there. And of course, there's almost too many good things to count that are happening in the United States, and we're excited about that as well. So, greetings from Texas. I am down here in Austin, Texas. I'm spending the extended Thanksgiving holiday with my kids and my grandkids down here. And I have to tell you, I was watching my 12-year-old granddaughter. She is the most precious little girl. And she was playing with her Legos. And as I got watching her, I realized that what I was watching was a very cool demonstration of blockchain as she was putting those Legos together. And I thought, that is just too cool. And so, what I thought I'd do tonight is I'm going to go through blockchain. I'm going to talk about it on a bit of a fundamental level. And we're going to discuss a little bit about what it is. We're going to discuss why it's important. We're going to discuss how it kind of plays the foundational role in what we're doing with the Gnodi blockchain, obviously, and with Cirrus networks. Okay, so uh, just stay with me in this, and I think that it might make a lot of sense to you. One of the things that I get sometimes, people come in and they love what we're about, but they don't know a lot about blockchain, and they don't really know what it is. They're hearing about blockchain, and one of the things that I've encouraged a lot of you to do is simply ask people, what do you know about blockchain, right? And listen, you don't have to be an expert. You can just simply ask people. And what you're going to find is most people are going to say, I'm starting to hear a lot about blockchain. What is it? Right. And you can just say, look, I'm no expert, but I know some people that are. And I'm connected to this incredible network of people who really understand blockchain and why blockchain is becoming so important. Okay, so we're going to go through this. Now, I stole my granddaughter's Lego set, and there it is. And I want you to see my awesome blockchain that I built. And this is her little Lego set. And here's what's great about layer one blockchain. I think a lot of you know that this is really, when it comes down to it, a distributed ledger. This is a distributed ledger. This is a bunch of data, a bunch of different data points that come together. And we have in this blockchain something that is extremely transparent and completely immutable. It can't be changed. In other words, once these blocks get connected and locked into this blockchain, they can't be altered. They can't be diminished. They can't be damaged, right? They can't be pulled out. They're here, and they're here in memoriam. And that's one of the reasons why people love blockchains. They love smart contracts. They love all of the elements that come with this blockchain because it is immutable, because it is permanent, and it's completely transparent. And you think about the world we live in today where so many things are hidden and so many things are disguised and so many things are altered and so many things are not the way we thought they were when we were in the room, right? I mean, we thought we had an agreement. We thought we had an understanding. We thought we understood what the deal is. And then the door closed and everything gets changed. Blockchain does not allow for that, right? It's immutable. And this is why blockchain is becoming so powerful today and why there's this massive shift into blockchain. Blockchain is going to solve tremendous numbers of problems that we see today in business and a lot of different real world problems that we see out there. So I want to talk about the Gnodi blockchain today, okay? And what we have here is an illustration of the Gnodi blockchain, and it started back here on April 25th. And we started dropping blocks into the Gnodi blockchain. And I want to talk to you a little bit about this. So here's a new block that's being created. And I want you to think about the importance of how this is coming together. Some of you might refer to this block or this data set as software license or code. You might hear it referred to as a node in the world in which we live in. And let's say that you come in and you buy this software license, okay? And we're going to take that software license and we're going to line it up here in our blockchain, and it's going to sit right here. Now, listen, it's not fully attached yet, okay? It's sitting right here because what you're going to do is you're going to purchase that node, and this is a full node. You see that? That's a full node right there. That full node runs about $1,200 US. We're going to set it into alignment with our blockchain, and you are going to go out and you're going to host that data set. You're going to host that node. When you host it, we're going to click it into place just like that. And when that node and that bit of code right there is now in alignment with this entire blockchain, now it's communicating with all of this blockchain. And by communicating, it's engaged in an active process of approving all of the transactions that are occurring here within this blockchain. Okay. Now, because you've done that and you've hosted that, we're going to issue you rewards. We're going to issue you rewards from this blockchain because you are an active participant in the building of this community, in the building of this blockchain, and you are an active participant in approving all of the transactions that occur within that blockchain, right? Pretty simple. Now, some of you might come in and say, I'm not going to buy a full node. I'm going to buy a half a node, right? Well, there's your half a node, and we're going to set that right there. And once you host that, we're going to, there we go. We're going to start issuing 50% of the rewards of a full node into your wallet. And those distributions are going to happen every single day. Now, why do they happen every day? Well, because transactions are occurring and being approved by you through your node in the blockchain every single day. Therefore, it is issuing rewards and tokens into your wallet every single day. So let me make one point really clear. When you come in, you've got to buy your node. Now, some of you are going to buy your node and then you're just going to run off because you've got your link and you're going to start inviting other people into the community. And you can do that. But remember, you're not going to be issued tokens or rewards from this blockchain until you have hosted that node. Okay. Now, we are recommending one-click hosting. And it's probably the best hosting service that we know of. Okay. And you can find information there at the website or from your upline, but you've got to get it hosted. Now, once you're hosted, you are accumulating rewards. Now, you're not going to see those rewards until you set up your wallet. You've got to go set up your wallet. And once you set up that wallet, you will begin to see daily distributions. Now, you might say, what if I hosted, but I haven't set my wallet up and I've gone a couple of months without setting up my wallet? And I would say to you, those tokens are accumulating in this blockchain. They're in reserve. and they will be issued to you once you set up your wallet. Now, those of you who have been involved in the building of our blockchain will notice that these tokens and these rewards are first distributed, and then after about 5 or 6 days, they go from, they're first pending. So they go into a pending status. And after 5 or 6 days, they become distributed in your wallet. And some of you are going to say, well, I actually want that $250 node, right? There's that $250 node. And we're just going to attach that right there. And we're going to lock it in and host it. The point is, all of these nodes, whether it's a full node, a half node, or a quarter node, they all go into the building of this blockchain, okay? And because you are playing an active role in the building of this chain and in approving these transactions, you are eligible to receive those rewards. You're an active participant. Now, I can't stress that enough, and that's a really important part of this process. Because you have bought that software license, that node, there's a couple of really cool things that happen. First of all, you become a member of this community. Second of all, you become a part of approving all of the transactions on this blockchain. Third, you have a vote amongst all these other node holders here. You have a vote in how this community operates. Okay, and you're going to be learning a lot more about that as time goes on. And the closer that we get to the tokens being issued on an exchange, a lot of that information is going to start to be available to you. So this is our blockchain. Now, let me tell you what really begins to separate us from everything else in the world. And I do mean everything else in the world. And this next part is really, really critical because nobody's doing it. And yet it's the part that brings value, it brings validity, and it brings strength to this blockchain and eventually to the tokens. Now, you know that this is a utility-driven blockchain and a utility-driven project. And I would say that is such an important part of this process. If you've ever been involved in a blockchain project or maybe a coin project or a crypto project, the one thing that you probably discovered was that it wasn't utility based, it wasn't utility driven, and guess what? It's no longer here. Because the one thing they all have in common, they all end up in the ditch. Why? Because they're all based on the same thing, speculation. What happens when that speculation begins to turn south? Right? We've talked a lot about this. And remember, when you come into this community, this is not a crypto deal, right? This is not a crypto deal. This is a powerful product company, a powerful product company that is in alignment with a blockchain. Let me show you how that works. Some of you came in early on and you were introduced to our first SaaS product. And our first SaaS product was an incredible data storage product called Cirrus Safe. And Cirrus Safe, I believe, has no equal in the world. This is a data storage product, 6 terabytes, military-grade encryption, 2-factor authentication, incredibly easy to use, right? Very intuitive. And this is what we did. We take this powerful product, and we set it into motion in such a way that it is in perfect alignment with our blockchain. It is in perfect alignment. Now, why is that important? Because every activity that is happening within these apps in perfect alignment with this blockchain is issuing tokens on a daily basis from this blockchain. Right now, you're starting to get an idea of this utility and how important utility is. I will tell you, it is the most important facet of all. It is the most important facet of all. So here is this incredible data storage product, Cirrus Safe, operating in complete alignment with this layer 1 blockchain. Right now, this product is producing about 20 tokens every single day out of our blockchain. Right now, that's just for the subscription. Now in the US, you're going to come in and you're going to spend $9.95 for that monthly subscription. A lot of you, if you add up what you were paying for your Dropbox and your Google and your Apple and whatever other storage devices, you might have been paying more than that anyway. And I bet you weren't getting more than a terabyte of space. And so we say, listen, you come into this community, we're going to offer you 6 terabytes, an incredible product, and with all the features that we've discussed, and it's going to issue you 20 tokens every single day, day in, day out, right? Just for that subscription. That's Sarah Safe. So then we went out and we said, how about we bring a little product that we like to call our web conferencing tool, or our Zoom killer. Let's bring that product into our ecosystem, into our community, and let's put that in complete alignment with our layer 1 blockchain. And we will issue 40 tokens every single day with a product that we believe has no equal in the web conferencing space. Now, those of you who have used Meetin, and of course we're using Meetin right now, you know how awesome this product is. I've been telling people, look, you might even want to begin using Meetin in place of your cell service in some cases, right? I mean, you don't have to activate the web, the video portion of that product. Maybe you just want to get on and you just want to communicate via audio. I encourage you to do that. Why? Because every time you use that product, it is in alignment with this layer 1 blockchain, and it's issuing tokens for the use of the product. We call that gamification. This is gamified. This is a gamified product. It means that you're not only earning tokens daily from the subscription, you're earning tokens by using the product as well. That's pretty strong, right? That's pretty strong. So here we've got these 2 incredible SaaS products completely in alignment with our blockchain. And of course, I think a lot of you are pretty excited about this. This is our artificial intelligence smart credit card. Okay, it's coming. It is a powerful product. Some of you, the leaders in this company, have played an active role in helping us kind of refine the message, refine the product. Some of you know exactly how powerful this product is, and it is phenomenal. So we're going to bring that AI card and we're going to put it into perfect alignment with our blockchain. It is probably going to issue about 40 tokens a day out of our blockchain. It is also going to issue tremendous commissions and additional bonuses for the use of that card within this environment. Okay, that's pretty cool. So there it is. Now, one last one. Some of you have heard about the travel product. Travel product's coming. It'll probably come the first part of next year. And that is another product that is going to be in complete alignment with this blockchain. Okay, so here you're starting to see all these SaaS products. And some of you who have been with us now for a number of months, you know, and you've heard me say this, we've got 65, 70 SaaS products that are lined up and ready to operate within this layer 1 blockchain environment. All of them issuing tokens, and most of them gamified. Most of them gamified. How cool is that? How cool is that? Now think about this. This product right here, this travel product, that's a company all in itself. This is a company all on its own, and yet it's tied into our environment, right? This Meetin product, this AI credit card. Do you know how many hundreds of thousands of subscribers you're going to put on this AI card? Do you know how much commission that's going to generate? Do you know how much token and reward that's going to generate? That is a standalone company, and yet here it is tied in as part of this community, this ecosystem, a brilliant part, and all of it issuing tokens, all of it issuing commissions. This is pretty powerful, really powerful. So what could make that better? What could possibly make this situation, that is loaded with utility any better? Well, let me show you. I have spent the last number of months traveling the world, and me and my colleagues, Craig Pickering, Catherine Bonar, and others, have been entertaining what I believe are some of the most exciting tokenization projects in the world right now. People are starting to hear about this layer one blockchain. They want to be involved because, as Ray Fink has said, you got Ray Fink over there at BlackRock saying, right, 13 trillion under management, and he's saying everything that we know of is going to be tokenized in the next 2 to 3 years. Everything is going to be tokenized, right? And here we are with this incredible layer one blockchain that we all own, that we are an active participant in, right? And we've got this opportunity to build out all of these incredible SaaS products. Well, guess what? All these people are coming to us and saying, well, how do we plug into that? How do we plug into that? Some of you might be familiar with Ethereum. You might be familiar with how the ERC20 tokens kind of tie into the Ethereum in layers. And what you come to realize is that is ultimately one of the great values of Ethereum. It's their relationship with all of these other token projects. So here's how this gets better. And I think most of you would have to admit that this is a pretty cool setup as it is, right? And look, we haven't even discussed the public company side of this. Some of you have heard about the public company. It will be coming here the first quarter of the year. Amazing potential there as well. Not even discussing that, okay? Talking about the blockchain. We're talking about these incredible SaaS products, but here's where it gets exciting. Some of you have heard about this little thing called the EDU1 token. The EDU1 token is our education token, and it is going to be a layer that will sit on this blockchain, okay? And it sits here and it works in conjunction with our blockchain. It kind of leverages this infrastructure. It leverages the power of what we believe is the #1 development team in the world for layer one blockchain. That's what we have here, right? Some of you saw that Catherine Bonar was back in Mar-a-Lago just yesterday. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why we keep getting invited back to Mar-a-Lago. Okay, it's because we're working with the best of the best of the best. That's why they're there. So we've got this little education token that's going to sit here on the top of our layer one. Okay, and I've been spending a lot of time in the Philippines, and we're getting ready in short order to begin announcing some of the layers of some of the most incredible organizations that you can possibly imagine. But let me just say this. When countries like the Philippines and Thailand and other markets found out that we were building an EDU1 education token with the possibility of solving some of the biggest problems we have today in education, they got just a little bit excited. And so I spent a lot of my time in Asia touring around and talking with government officials and other representatives about the idea of taking these tokens and layering them into, again, what we believe will become one of the great layer one blockchains in the world. Okay. And there's something that I think you really need to remember here. And these are representing these just awesome layer two products that are coming from all corners of the world. And I will just say the biggest problem that we have right now is determining which ones demand our time, demand our resource, and demand the attention of this incredible development team. Okay, that's the biggest challenge that we have. And there's probably a lot that will be told not at this time, right? Because it is a gold rush. It's a gold rush. Now, I want you to take a look at what we have built here. We've got this blockchain. We've got these SaaS products. These SaaS products will continue to grow, okay? We've got these layered projects sitting on top of our layer one blockchain. And here's what's interesting. Think about this for just a minute. You've got your Vaultix wallet that you've set up that is receiving coins every day from your SaaS products and from this blockchain, okay? What happens When these layers start dropping in on top of that layer one blockchain, what does that mean for you? Well, hopefully all of you have staked the tokens that are in your wallet that are coming from your SaaS products and the layer one blockchain. You're staking those tokens, and because you're staking those tokens, remember, this relationship with this layer two and the Gnodi blockchain, those transactions are generating gas fees. They're generating gas fees. Every transaction generates gas fees. How are the gas fees paid, and to whom? They're paid to those who have staked their Gnodi tokens, right? You see where this is going? You see how all of this ties together and why this is so good? Now, I want to make something very, very clear, and this is really the most important part of tonight's webinar. As these layers begin to appear on the top of this blockchain, you might notice that we're running out of room. Okay, we're running out of room. What does that mean? It means that we have got to double our efforts and we've got to increase the size of this blockchain. How do you do that? By selling nodes. We've got to sell nodes, because the bigger this blockchain becomes, the more robust it is, and the more capacity it has to store data, and the more layer twos we can add to our community. Now, I want you to think about something. You could very easily next year have a wallet, a Vaultix wallet, that is loaded with Gnodi token. You could have a wallet that is loaded with tokens that are being distributed from this layer two. You could have a wallet loaded with tokens that are distributed from this layer two, and this layer two, and this layer two. And I will tell you right now, there are no less than 40 different projects that we are vetting. Now, there's no room. It becomes incumbent on us as members of this community and promoters of the Gnodi blockchain to go out and sell those nodes. Sell the nodes, increase the size of this blockchain so that we can take on more and more business, so that we can, as Ray Fink said, be a part of tokenizing the world. That's our job. It's a big job. It's a big job. But we're up for it. I think that you're up for it. And I think that 2026 is going to be magical. It's just going to be magical. There's going to be so many great things that happen. There's going to be so many good people who come to us. Remember, Craig Pickering said in the beginning, this is Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they'll come. Well, we're building it. We're building it, right? You and me, and we're building this incredible layer one blockchain. And guess what? They are coming. They're coming. And it's based entirely on the principle of utility. We've got this awesome utility, right? I mean, imagine into the future where every product on subscription that you can think of is offered through the Gnodi blockchain. And listen, it's not going to be very far down the road where you'll be using a lot of your Gnodi tokens to purchase many of those subscriptions, if you choose to do that. All that is additional transaction within our family, within our community. So that's all I've got tonight. I wanted to break this down, and I was inspired by my granddaughters and the play that they had with their Lego sets. The future is bright. I'm very excited. Did I go over time here? I hope I didn't. I apologize if I did. But this message is key, and I hope you take this message out to the masses. Let's sell those nodes, and let's roll up our sleeves and be prepared to take on all of these different SaaS products, because we'll end up with 8, 9, 10 companies all under one umbrella, and you will build a massive, massive subscription base. Just think of that. Just think about how many subscriptions you're going to have that you can manage and that you can earn commissions from, all of them tokenized. So I'm excited. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you guys. We'll get this up on the website so that you guys can revisit it just a little bit. but let's go out and make it a great week. Let's build a massive blockchain. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here.